India's new labor codes, the biggest challenge to labor laws in Indian history, only from C-Quel. Starting 2020, in India, 29 labor legislations are being amalgamated into 4 new labor codes. Code on Social Security, Code on Wages, Industrial Relation Code, Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code. The codes deal with, among other things, minimum wages, accidental and social security benefits, occupational safety and health, conditions of employment, disciplinary actions and standing orders, state notifications. As a step towards implementation of the 4 labor codes out of the 30 states and 8 union territories, the following have published draft rules for the codes. 27 states and UTs under the Code on Wages, 23 states and UTs under the Industrial Relations Code, 21 states and UTs under the Code on Social Security, and 18 states and UTs under the Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code. Implementation of the new labor codes in India appears to have been delayed. A press release issued by the Indian Ministry of Labour and Employment on March 21, 2022, provides an update on the progress of the new labour codes but does not contain information regarding their effective date. Time for HR to prepare. The delayed implementation may be viewed as preparatory time for the industry to 1. Bring about changes in the compensation structure. 2. Budget the new and proportionate payment of PF, EC, gratuity, leave encashment to fixed-term employees. 3. Rework their human resource policies. 4. Plan the consequential impact on operating costs. Highlights of the Code on Wages. The basic pay should be 50% of the total wages. The computation of wages as per the new code includes basic pay, dearness allowance and retaining allowance, if any. It specifically excludes house rent allowance, conveyance allowance, statutory bonus, overtime allowance and commissions. The expansion in the definition of wages will thus have an impact both on the employer and the employees. Since the Provident Fund, gratuity, leave encashment is determined on the basic pay, these benefits will also increase with an increase in the basic pay. The increase in contribution to PF, gratuity, leave encashment of employees will result in increased benefits after their retirement. The employees would also be entitled to overtime wages. The code also introduces a new concept of floor wage, which will be determined by the central government after taking into account the minimum living standards of workers in a manner to be prescribed, which may differ from area to area. The code also provides the penalties for offences committed by an employer. The highest limit of penalty prescribed is imprisonment for a period of 3 months and / or fine from 1 lakh rupees onwards. Have questions? Ask C-Quel.